guys, welcome back to 5-Star Betas. My name is Jay. Today we're going to be doing a fish room tour. I've been pushing this off for a long time, and I think it's about time we actually did one. So let's go around the fish room real quick, and then we'll hop right into the tour. I don't waste you guys' time. Alright, so we'll start on this side. Some plants, got my bucket of water over here. Extra buckets I use. Stuff for mixing things up. Come over here, this is my rack. Pretty much keep all my extra bowls, whatever I'm using for fish related stuff up here. It's pretty much all my chemicals, a little bit of food up here. I really only keep medicines. I don't really keep any test kit stuff. Really no need for test kits in my opinion. Unless you're new to the hobby. This is just a slop top shelf where I just kind of dump stuff. Heating pads, filtration stuff right down here. This is pretty much extra stuff. Oh, I love this bad boy. This is a steamer. I use these to clean out the tanks when they've been sitting for so long. It does a great job of getting that duckweed burnt right off. What else? We got heating pads, shipping boxes, and extra crap. I really didn't go above and beyond cleaning up this fish room. I figured to show you guys how it is originally. So this is a 50 gallon low boy. Some artwork. It's on a door, so this picture's always getting knocked over. So it's actually I picked up with my club. Somebody actually painted or colored out by hand. Pretty cool looking discus. My buddy John gave me these. This one he did on a paper towel. Kind of cool. My kid got his own painting up here too. You know, I couldn't leave them out. Come over here. We got more tanks. It's like a 2.5. We got a bunch of 6 gallons. More 5s. A couple 10s on the bottom. And then we got 20 gallons. More 20 gallons. 40 breeders. 20 talls, more 20 talls, 40 breeder, 10s, more 10s, another 40 breeder, 60 gallon, 29 gallon, 60 breeder. You'll surely find out why that's halfway filled. 75. Also got a 56 hex, I believe this is. And last but not least is the pond, 70 gallon pond. Alright, so you guys ready? Let's start off on this corner right over here with the very first little tank. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you enjoyed it. So right here, so first up is a 2.5 gallon. It's got a bunch of old Java moss and just plants in here. This was actually an egg that hatched out eventually that was stuck in here on something, so I just kind of let this tank be. I don't even feed this little guy. This is a blue-eye red rainbow fish, one of the dwarf species. You can call them Pakistani rainbows. He's just living off the Insafari and scuds that'll pretty much live in this tank. He's been in here for like 5 months, I want to say now. It's almost beginning of winter, almost began, end of fall. Maybe 4 months. But yeah, he's been here a while. Just this little guy in this little 2.5. Next up is I think these are 6 gallon tanks. This is pretty much home of my Fahaka puffer right here. Had this guy for about 7-8 months now. About 2 inches, roughly 2.5 inches. Had this little guy since he was about 1/2 inch. Extremely slow grower. Extremely. Doesn't care for snails. I put snails in here for him. Every once in a while I'll see some snails eaten, but he prefers to just wait for his frozen brine. There's also some coal. These are my coals when it comes to endlers. Next up is the Amazon puffer. He's about 2.5 inches roughly, maybe 2. It's got more coals of endlers in this tank that just don't make the cut. So they're in here. This is an awesome little rock work I have done by John, my buddy, John DG. It's got a filtration inside of it. It's like a little volcano. Did an awesome job with it, I appreciate it. Next up is this tank right here, and this is pretty much home to the pea puffers. You can see there's one right there. These guys like to actually eat the snails, which I'm surprised by considering they're smaller. Versus like the Amazonian puffer and the Fahaka, who really don't care for it as much. There was originally 4 peas in here, but I've only seen 2 lately. So I don't know if the other one actually made it, the other 2. This tank is just loaded with more of my culls. I don't kill them off. I resell them. But no, these are beautiful fish. It's just, they got the right color, but the pattern is just not what I'm exactly looking for. Originally started off with a yellow line, just like that guy. There's quite a few of them in there. Next up is this is just a tank where I got Peace Lily sitting in water. This is another tank with a couple culls in here. And there's also a pair of bristlenose plecos I got recently, yesterday actually. Someone didn't want them in their tank no more. When I was looking at them, it looked like they possibly had Caminus. It's a red parasite that comes crawling out, so I did not want to introduce them to my new fish while they're in here quarantined. This is just an empty tank I tried breeding with. This actually has a artificial turf bottom. So I heard egg scatterers, you know, they like to scatter sometimes with the moss. But I've been trying this with different fish. I haven't had luck yet, so I'm wondering if I should do a bigger tank. It's only a 5 gallon. This is just an empty tank I just keep for anything. This mess of a tank has my ram's horns when I have too much. There's no light on these tanks. And this one has a little eel in it that my buddy found in a koi pond. He's got the other one, and I got this one in here. It's hiding somewhere down here in this mess. I don't put light on it because I don't want to stress it out, because it is some kind of eel. It's only about 4 inches. I've had them since they were like 3, 2. Next up is the 20 long. Now this tank is home to the Calico Leartail Gold Mollies. That female is nice and pregnant. That's the male right there. All the females. We also have some albino plecos in here growing out, and reds, baby reds I got. Got a couple Siamese alligators in here because I was having some blackbeard issues. But they seem to have most of it under control, except for whatever is right there. And there's also a group of 6 beta rubra in here. Oh, there's one of them. I prefer to keep the beta species alone, but they're growing out right now, so I wasn't too stressed about putting them together. I believe I have 3 males and 2 or 3 females. It's hard to see them all at once. There comes one right now. Show up. So we can get this to focus better. Not really that colored up right now. They take turns coloring up. Oh yeah, there's one lonely checker barb in the back too. I gotta get him out. Yeah, you got some new, not dubious. It's sword plant, some jungle val, moss, another little sword. Nubius. Alright, next up, this 20 gallon long. In here we have a bunch of gold cloud minnows. There's probably about 2 dozen in here. I was going to hold these back for breeders, but I'm getting kind of bored, so I probably will sell them. They're very easy to breed. Also have in here some albino cories my buddy John gave me. We can get this to focus in on this little guy over here. Oh, another chunky one right there. I also got some of the bronze cories that I grew out right there. There's also another species of beta in this tank too. It's called Beta Pacifiala. See if we can spook out a male. I just kind of threw a light on their tank. I really don't keep much lights on these tanks in here. When it comes to wild betas, I don't really give much light. You want to come up, buddy? Okay. There he is. Pissing him off. So, I got this from a buddy of mine at the fish club. Grew these. He bred these originally, and they were from a wild caught batch. They were called the red batch. It was like the red umaculatus. As far as he knows, he was like the first one to actually breed them because they were kind of newer to get this hobby. There's also some Nezzy swordtails in here. They're not doing too hot. They've gone through some quarantine and stuff like that. They're just not thriving. There's a female, one of the betas. There's about 6 of them in this tank. Actually just fed all these fish. They're kind of like fat and hiding right now. There's the platinum mollies right here, and that's 20 long. That is the original male right there. The original female unfortunately passed shortly after giving birth. As you guys can see, we do have some nice white ones. There's some speckling going on with them. Some of them do have some speckling, so I will be pulling them. But one of them does look kind of more on the silver side than the white side. So I'll have to pull him out too. But yeah, the male right there is just gorgeous. It's a nice high fin on him. See if he wants to show it off. Also got a bunch of neon tetras in here growing out. Goal is to try to breed them eventually down the road. This tank's loaded with Anubias, ferns, fowls, cribs, all different stuff. Dwarf sage. We got a variegated Anubias in here that I like a lot. But yeah, I'll be pulling these marble ones out. Try to keep the line pure. Come on, big boy, show up that nice fin. Guess he doesn't want to show it today. Back on me. You come to this ugly boy of a tank right here. This is my shrimp tank. I have cherry shrimp in here. It's probably about 100 by now. So I originally started with 2 colonies I picked up. One of the colonies had that fuzz algae on their face, fungus or whatever exactly it is. Half the colony died back. I had no production for like 3-4 months. I was down to like 15, 12 shrimp out of like 30 some. And about 3-4 months later, things stabilized and started breeding again. And now it really took off. The babies don't have as much color right now as the parents, so I'm hoping the color will intensify as they get older. I do have some beautiful ram's horn snails in this tank. Pink ones, some like bluish ones. They're just everywhere. They breed like rabbits. There's also baby plecos in here too because I needed somewhere to chuck them. This tank is also loaded with scuds. So it's a heaven for some of the fish that end up in here. Some moss, more shrimp. They're just everywhere now. Except the colony's taken off after a while. I don't really do much thing special to this tank. I'm just let it be. If things work great for me, I really try not to mess with them. You know what I mean? If things work, why mess with it? Don't break something that's working. It's ugly, but it works great. They're happy. They're thriving. They're breeding. Alright, so here's the 40 breeder. This 40 breeder consists of a line of endlers I'm working on. These are where all the culls came from. There is probably over 100 in this tank right now. There's also a lot of, we got leopard jungle bell on this side. I got regular jungle bell on that side. Got some variegated Anubiases in the middle, a regular Anubias. There's still some water sprite hanging on. It's been in here for a long time. But no, this tank's perfectly set up. You got tons of coverage. Babies do great in here. So let me zoom in on some of the pretty fish. So originally we started with the yellow ones, you guys saw from the top tank. And then we produced this guy right here. There he is. We can get a nice close-up of him. And I love the colors on him. He's got great color. Start off with an all yellow fish. We got that out of it. And then now, after breeding them for a while, I keep pulling out all the meals that I don't like, and I just let them be in here. We got something like this guy. See, I love the pattern on this one. It's got more striping. I'm going for more like a tiger look. But I'm also trying to get that yellow to that bluish red transparent color transferred over. Alright guys, I don't know why I won't focus in on them. There we go. Original meal that started this whole thing. So there's a cull I gotta pull. Yeah, there's some more in here that are really nice, but yeah, no, they do pretty well in here. What I do is just Pull the meals I don't like. Eventually I'm going to end up tearing this tank down and pulling out the best of the best, and we'll just restart all over and let it rebuild up. But yeah, see how the guy's got the nice striping? Comes out of hiding. Yeah, love the striping on him. I just want to get more of that color in the line. Especially if you leave it long enough, he'll start popping up. There we go. That's a nice shot of him. He's a beautiful fish. It's one of my favorite homemade endlers. Just wish that guy had a little bit more of that color. Alright. Alright, this 40 gallon is a home to a bunch of different fish. First off, we got my Philippine blue pearl scales breeding right now. You see all the eggs. This is the first time they bred. John produced these from a batch of my babies a while ago. Gorgeous fish. Love them. Yep, so I'll be pulling those eggs tonight out of here. This tank also has a bunch of, not water sprite, what's the other one? Wisteria. Some other odds and ends plants, just somehow survived. We'll try to keep them alive. Got a big sword plant in here. Also have a group of males of the Amica Splendids Gadeids because they were being too aggressive and they were trying to breed everything and killing off a lot of the females. So they ended up in this tank because I was getting tired of all the fish getting killed. There's also a group of bronze cories in here. They're a proven group. They just decided they want to eat all their eggs now, so I kind of had to pull them out. From a different thing. Gorgeous male killie I picked up at the auction for like $3. He just lives in here too. Isn't that so pretty? Nobody bothered them. There's a couple more killies in this tank too that I picked up at the auction. They were just like a bunch of random males with a blue angel in the back. Also have my discus in this tank. Since I put them in here, they come out, but when I break them in a tank, I think they're mad at me because it's not their 75 gallon anymore. They kind of just hide more on the back. But they come out, they eat. This is the original father, and one of the babies is back there, which looks completely different, but doesn't seem to want to come out right now. Alright, over here is a 20 tall. We have a pair of angels in here. I have a blue smoky, has a very slight blue, female. Then I got my original marble male in here. This is one of the first babies I ever produced for angels, so I just kept them. Actually, that's the female, the marble. That's the male. Mix them up. But yeah, no, so it's my first ever angel, so I was in here. I let them breed with her. They produce both offspring, so it's kind of cool. Just got a piece of giant jungle valve. Not really much going on. I gotta put her comb back in here. I pull it out and let the eggs hatch in a different tank. This tank is home to a Gadeid species. As you can tell, I'm brain farting right now. These are Xenotoca didarios. That's the male. The original male of this whole colony. So I guess he'll getting a little weird. And then got a couple girlfriends that are the originals. One. And another one. There's another big girl in here. She's probably, oh, she's back there hiding. She's probably pregnant. They breed about every 2 months. These are a fun fish to keep if you never had them. Oh yeah, there's one random platy. Blends right in. They don't beat it up. They treat it like it's another Gadeid, so let's let it be. I find it funny when other fish just live with other fish and they don't know. They think they're the same thing. But yeah, there's a bunch of babies in here. I got to sell some of these off once it warms up a little bit more. These are a very slow-growing fish, by the way. This fish, this young male right here, is probably almost a year, about 9 or 10 months old. They grow extremely slow. This big one's probably about almost a year and a half, 2 years I've had that fish to get to that size. I feed them frozen brine, I give them flakes, and I give them pellets. Flakes is more when I have little tiny fry. I don't have any fresh brine of the flakes, but for the most part, that's what they get. Some pellets and some frozen brine. But yeah, they grow extremely slow. They're fun fish to keep. So it takes them 2 months to give birth. Over here is just a bunch more baby Epistos, orange flash. Probably about 70 of them in this tank, maybe more. I really don't know the accurate number on the top of my head. This is all from one clutch. There's also a couple baby Bristlenose in this tank too. Try to space out some Bristlenose, eat some of this algae, because eventually this Blackbeard settles again and just takes over. Blackbeard is a real pain in the butt, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I gave up on trying to really get rid of it and eradicate it. It's all over the sponge filters. It's inevitable. Thanos once said it. But anyways, yeah, so you guys do great. Easy to breed fish. Once they get about another inch on them, I'll be moving to a different tank to grow out. Put something else in here to grow out. Now, this is a very basic 20-gallon tall. Inside here is another pair of the Philippine Blue Pearl scales. Could have been here about a week ago. They're still kind of skittish and adjusting to this tank. They don't have their buddies no more. They paired up in the other tank, so I separated them. I was hoping they spawned a lot quicker, but they didn't. And there's also a trio of Rio Paraguay Plecos in here. There's a male and two females. Pretty sure that's the female. Yeah, there's the male in the cave. So you can get a good shot of both. These are a tricky Bristlenose to breed. They don't breed that easily. The fry do not survive that easily either. I don't recommend them if you're not in it for the long haul, because they grow extremely slow, they take forever, and they don't breed readily. It's just a good fish to have on the back burner. Forget about them one day. Oh crap, I got babies. This is just a muck guppy tank. We've got a bunch of hornwort in here just for the coverage. This is also the baby Pleco tank. Loaded with baby Bristlenose. There's probably about 75 to 100 in this tank of commons and albinos. Some Anubias in here, some Blackbeard, like you said. There's also a group of Siamese alligators in here because I throw them around to different tanks to kind of clean up the plants. When it comes to like the Jungle Bell, I don't care as much. It's just more like the Anubias because I buy them constantly because they grow so slow. They do a great job. These plants used to be covered. You know, they still got some Blackbeard, but not on the level they did have. I just fed all these guys, so they're all kind of hiding now. This is another grow out tank. This tank main home is to see if we can see them. Fish are always hiding. Oh, can we see them? There you go. They hate when I come to this tank. Whenever I come near them, they just hide. These are gold laser cories. There's roughly about 20 something of them in this tank. There's a lot. I've been waiting for them to breed any day now, but they don't want to. Hopefully soon enough we'll get some babies from them. Especially zoom in, it's just real hard to see them. This tank is also home to a bunch of baby Bristlenose. There we go. Bunch of Bristlenose right here. There's also a trio of Endlers in here that popped up, so I kept them in here. Some Ram's horn snails. Probably about 40 or 50 of these commons and albinos in this tank. And up in this little box floating, we have a bunch of baby lemon Plecos. Roughly about 40 or 50. This is one of those hang on the back ones. You put in the water to go through it, but I think it's at the auction, someone pre-drilled it. He's like, oh, I MacGyvered it, so it's better. I'm like, nah, you broke it. Because you can't leave it outside the tank without it leaking, so I just kind of use it like a holding chamber. I like to keep the fry separate for at least a month and feed them before I release them in the tank. I only threw the old ones out because the lemons took prevalence. And this tank's also got a bunch of algae on the sides, so the babies have constant food to feed on. So you guys know when I walked away, they come out. That's the big daddy male. That's the baby. That was the runt of the litter of the batch. You know, pretty red color with a bluish head. Looks nothing like the parents. But I love them though. I think it's really pretty. Coming out to eat. Yeah, no, they do great. They require different pHs for the discus and the angels, but like I said, that baby grew up in my water, so everybody's pretty much on the same level. pH of all my tanks is pretty much a flush 7. Everybody tends to do great. Said I bred them in the tank, so I'm stressing with the water. Probably going, what is in this tank? I'll show you. Hundreds of Apistogramma cockatoides. I mean hundreds. There is hundreds of them. You don't even see the ones hiding in the back. There's orange flash. There's a bunch of these red ones that are actually a mix from a triple red to a wild caught. So if you notice some of the patterns kind of splotched out, not full triple red look, it's because they've been crossed. Now the beauty of it is you get a much healthier fish and a fresher genetics. The negative part is it throws off random patterns and it doesn't fully complete. So you probably got to reintroduce a triple red male back into them or a female to make that gene clean again. See like this one. Yeah, it's just hundreds. I will be selling these on probably eBay soon for the next month or so once it warms up a little bit. It's just been a really cold winter in my area in Boston. Yep, no, you guys do great. Real easy to breed, fun fish to keep, and has a splash of color. Males get much bigger, have a longer fins on the back, anal and top, pectoral, whatever. Females are much shorter. Those are females right there. So those are just hundreds of tank. I just fed all these guys, so they're kind of just hiding. They're all full. They all get frozen brine. But there's also a couple random angels that got dumped in here. As you guys see, more blackbeard algae. Stuff's just hard to get rid of. We'll just shoot over this way while I'm sitting on the ground. This is one of my favorite tanks. This is a 40 breeder. This is home to my Amica Splendids. I call these the dwarf bass. If you guys see my short video. This right here is a female. So the way you tell the difference with these fish is the males are going to have the yellow tip on the tail and more of a silvery speckling on their pattern. There we go. Like that's the male. Females are going to be straight, solid color. They have some speckling, but no real yellow or silver. I have a lot of females in here because they like to breed. They are Gidea species too, so it takes them about 2 months to give birth. A gestation period is whatever you like to call it. They are a fun, easy fish to keep and breed. They do get on the larger side for a live error. You're looking at almost a 2 to 3 inch fish. That's a female. It's a big girl. That fish is probably about 2 years old. Same with that male. These ones do grow faster than the Venatocas do. But they are yeah, you can see some big fat females back there. Some of them remind you of little bass. They're just awesome looking. Anyways, this tank has some babies. The cool thing about them, their babies come out almost quadruple the size of like a guppy. They even come out a little built reports. Also got a bunch of Placos in here. We got an albino male, got a red male, got a common male. Got a bunch of babies that I couldn't catch, so I just let them be in here. There's also a trio gold lasers I left in here just in case anything ever happened with the other tank. Got a couple backups. We got one random rosy barb. Needs a new home. If you're in the area and you want to come pick them up. What else we got? We got a pair of giant 7-inch Ranger Plecos. Well, 6 inches roughly. They haven't bred. I'm thinking they're both males at this point. Yeah, so this is this tank. It's a fun little tank. I enjoy it a lot. Kind of just let the fish do whatever they want, the plants do whatever they want. If they do well, they do well. If they don't, they don't. Alright, this is a 10-gallon. This tank is home to a pair of orange flask pistos I put in here recently. The male, female's hiding somewhere. They'll probably be breeding within the week or so. So 10-gallon. This is another 10-gallon that is home to 7 Peruvian purple tetras. I've never seen it before, so I ended up buying them. Get this pretty purple hue to them once they swim by. Yeah. The sunlight of the tank, they look great in the store. There's also a pair of lemon Plecos in here where I keep getting the babies from. This tank is home to my Apistogramma agassiziis. I think the male's in the cave right now. Of course he is. There's also a pair of purple rasboras in here. Whenever I get a new pair of Apistos that don't do well, I tend to throw a couple different fish in there with them just to make them feel a little bit more comfortable and at ease, to try to get them to breed. This female's usually always in the cave, so hopefully we'll get some babies soon enough. So today, the male's really pretty. Nice if you come out the cave and show off. Alright, this tank's pretty much empty. There's one fish in here that I thought I put up here, but I didn't. Come up here, we have another pair of Apistogramma orange flash. They've been together for about a little over 2 weeks, and as you guys can see, there's a bunch of fry. The little eyeballs. I don't know how close I can get for you guys, but yeah, you can see them. Oops. There you go. Proud little mama. You know, cute with her babies. And there's also a random little albino Taurai Gadaid. I'm pretty sure this is a male. They have females all in this tank, and they beat the crap out the albinos. I don't know if I have any males actually in this tank yet. I definitely know I got a ton of females because they are fat. And these are Gadaid species too, called Taurai. I forget how to say the first name of them. And this tank is also home to a pair of real Paraguay Plecos and a common. These fish, I really haven't had much luck getting any fry from them yet. Hopefully soon. Like I said, I don't know if I actually have a male in here. These are also called the blue-tail Gadaid. Something different I've never seen before, so I picked them up. This tank's home to nothing right now. I was going to put a pair of fish in here, but I kept it empty in case I had to put baby angels or any fry. So it's good to have an extra heated tank to put fry in. This tank is home to cutter-eye cichlids. Cousins of the convicts. I always call them cousins of the convicts. They call blue-eye cutteries, the blue-eye cichlid. Now, when they go into breeding condition, they go more of a black and white color, and more xanthic looking, which is kind of weird. You know, 'cause you think they'd color up more, but they go more black and white. I do have a video of them breeding, so I'll probably just drop that now so you guys can see it. I'm having a hard time sexing them out at this size, but they are breeding at this size. It's just hard trying to pull out the male and the female. Stress them out, they look all alike again. Yeah, they were over here originally trying to breed when I came up to the tank. And this is the 56-gallon Hex, which is home to hundreds of baby angels. I mean hundreds. It's like 3 spawns in here. I don't know how close we can get up to them, but there is a lot. I just fed them, so there's a bunch of frozen daphnia still floating around in the tank. It's a mix of marbles, smokies, and whatever else in between. See if we can get a close up. It looks so cute with no littles. You guys can see there's just tons. Oh yeah, there's another species of fish in here. Nairi cichlids. These are an African cichlid species. There was like 8 or 10 in the batch, the babies, so I just chucked them in here. I just needed a place to put them. I knew they'd be fine for a bit. Eventually I will have to separate them before they get too aggressive and do start attacking the angels. Just wasn't too sure where I was going to put them. Sometimes it's a little rough when you have so many babies born at the same time. You kind of run out of places to put stuff, so you kind of merge things, and I personally hate merging. There's also a few gold cloud minnows in this tank too, because I kind of ran out of places and they were tiny. But yeah, angelfish galore. Kind of wish I didn't feed them so you guys could see them more clear. Yeah, it's just hundreds. You guys are doing great, being so patient. We're gonna come over to the African cichlid tank. There's one of the male beta pacifianos. Pacifiolo. Oh, of course, there's sand on that corner. Next to a little lady friend. Back to the Africans. Just want to grab some food for these guys. We're gonna feed them. I don't really feed them that frequently. Just block this light out. Some gorgeous males in here. These are all pretty much males. There's one little lone female, which is that one. I'm sorry for the horrible glare, guys. I picked up over 100 African cichlids off a friend of mine that was moving, and I had gotten like 50 females and 50 males. They were all 5 to 9 inches, 8 inches. Gave all the females away to a friend down the street because I did not want to take care of them. And then I kept all the males. I sold a bunch so far. These are just what I have left out of about 50 males. Just been kind of lazy on it. I got to advertise them a little bit more to move them. I don't like shipping fish this big. I really don't like keeping fish this big either, to be honest with you guys. This tank's really, I don't have a canister set up on this tank. These guys, they need at least a canister. Right now they just got 2 sponges going and a hang on the back. And as you guys see, this tank's really cloudy looking. I also have a very fine sand in this tank, so it gets stirred up and just clouds the column. Some big pothos, golden pothos in there just floating around. But yeah, no, they look great, nice and healthy. If you guys are local and interested in buying some, shoot me a message. This is the angelfish tank right here. So 29 gallon. Got a bunch of black veil tails in here. They did have much nicer finnage, but unfortunately I had to move them into a separate tank with barbs, and I think you guys know what happened. But now they're back in here. The fins have regrown back. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 6 of them are in this tank. I only see 5 right now. They're really nice. They look better when they're not all shredded, but eh. I know there's definitely at least one big male right there. That head hump developing. Some male right there. Oh, a nice big pretty boy right down here too. This is a koi veal tail. This is going to be going to John DG. I will be shipping this big bugger to use this soon. It's finally warming up a bit. Nice pretty fish. This is apparently an empty 60 gallon because I fed them. Now they're all hiding. This is home to a group of 4 pairs of Beta immaculata babies that I've grown out. There's a chunky female hiding. There's another chunky female hiding. A chunky little male hiding back there. Bro, where'd you guys all go? Another chunky. You can get a stick. Little jerk sleeping. Alright, I got a stick. Spook them out. Come here. Stop being lazy. Oh, look at this fat guy just hiding in the hole. You lazy bastard. Can't even breathe, you're so fat. These guys eat a lot, by the way. They're usually always out, but once you feed them, they just love to go take a nap for an hour, and then come out the next day going, I want food, Jay. Now, when they're in coloring mode, the colors are much more brighter. They're not as bright as the beta, Antuna. Definitely a pretty fish. I like them a lot. I've had a lot of fun breeding them. There's a male hiding. When you do feed them, they do get lazier. They're kind of like a dog, in my opinion. They eat a lot, and then they just go and hide. And they're not even fully grown yet, these betas. It's a nice big Bobitus plant I got in here. Fake stones on the big one. Alright, we're almost done, guys. You guys are being very patient. This is a 75-gallon loaded with giant jungle valve. And we got 3 rose blinds. We got my original tiger barbs in here, which are the platinum greens. You got the original, those are female, these are the males. And yeah, they gave me about 40 babies, and I had an issue with something with the water, and I lost a lot of them. And yeah, so this is pretty much what I got left. I was gonna breed them again, but I don't think I'm gonna. I got all excited for these, thinking I got like a new line, but it turned out that the platinum greens, guys, fun fact, are crossed with glow barbs. Yep, they are crossed with glow barbs to get this platinum green color. I thought it was like a special line of fish. No, they crossed them. Because when I bred them, I got glow barbs. I got regular tiger barbs, but you guys see, these guys got a green hue to them. Not like a standard tiger barb. I got a plain tiger barb. We got green barbs with green eyes. We got it was like 7 colors of barbs that came out. Like I want to say almost half the batch was glow barbs. It's one of my favorite fish in the fish room is that male rose line. Absolutely love them. I ordered 5 or 7 more through my buddy at the fish store, so hopefully we'll get some more in soon enough. Camera does not do these guys justice. To me, they're almost like the equivalent of a saltwater fish. That's freshwater. Camera can't pick up the colors right. They're so much more red on top. It just makes it look yellow on the camera. There's also one female Nairi cichlid in this tank. Yep, 75 gallon. My biggest tank and one of the most minimally stocked. So this is the goldfish pond. I'm gonna grab a net and a little tank, and I'm gonna scoop some out so you guys can see them. We got lionheads and orandas in this tank. Guys, I just shoved all the goldies in this little tank for now. I got a big black male we got in there. We got a couple pearl scales. So the trio of pearl scales, 2 males and 1 female. I forget which one's which. Pretty little fish. Got a bunch of orandas. We got a couple of red caps. Got a couple of little calicos. One of my favorites is the panda. It's right there hiding. Oh, being covered by other fish. It's my big female. Goes in the video where she bred. I haven't had success so far in getting babies from them. I've had them breed, I've gotten eggs, but nothing's fertile yet. Yeah, these are the goldfish. I'm gonna put them back now. I don't want to stress them too long in this little container. Ooh. It's a 70 gallon pond. I run a huge sponge filter on this tank. I mean huge. This thing is huge. Let me see if I can get my hand next to it. There you go. This thing's a beast. It's rated for like 125 gallons. This tank gets about a 70% water change once a week. Alright guys, last tank, start with the plants. It's a little bit of a rarer plants we got over here that are on the pots. These are Thai Monsteras. This is variegated Monstera. When I got them, they had a lot of beat up leaves. I've been regrowing them, repotted them. They've been doing really well now. Got a bunch of new babies popping off. A new leaf coming in right now. Expensive little plants. Over here we have a Nepenthes. I forget to water them so the bells dry out. This is a pitcher plant. Pretty sure it's what Weeping Bell's based off of. Vine plant. And this is the 50-gallon lowboy. This is my favorite tank. We got pothos growing all around it. Peace lilies. We got spider plants, prayer plants. Some kind of weird, I forget the name of that plant too. Along with this pink stuff. Tons of giant jungle val inside this tank, along with Nubius and other ferns. It's my big peace lily. Love this thing. It's becoming an absolute monster. Bloomed last year, started reblooming again this year. Some driftwood sticking out. I just run a basic shop light over this. Does perfectly fine. This tank is home to my Sharikins, also known as the Ajudagar or Rocket Gar. There's one of them. They are in the Tetra family, I believe it was. Charticans, yep. They only get about 5-6 inches. They say they get up to 12 to 14, but I've never had one get that big. I have a pair of them in this tank. You can see the pair right there, actually. Perfect. Keep this tank really heavily covered for them. I think they love it. It's like in a little swamp tank. There's also some little minnows in here for them to feed on, whatever else guppies they're throwing. They predominantly eat live food, so no downside of them. Yeah, I also have an atomizer in here, which is this fog machine. It's right there. It's not that big, it's a little thing, but it works awesome. It's my favorite angle of this tank right here. Love watching the fog just creep on down. It's like a little swamp. That was the whole thing I was going for. I built this whole back side up with sand and rocks for all the plants. There's tons of rainbow stone and I think what dragon rock stacked back there. There's just whatever rocks I had laying around. And tons of duckweed. Duckweed I will hate forever. Don't ever get duckweed. You will regret it. One of the males, all fat, tired, and lazy. One of the females, the way you tell the difference is the females won't have any blue on the gills. The males will have the blue. You see it on this one's face. When they go to breed, they'll have more blue. That pretty much wraps it up of the fish room tour. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I do sell fish. If you guys are interested, shoot me a message. I don't have anything posted online. I usually sell on eBay, but it's been so cold in my area lately that I haven't really shipped anything out. I'm waiting for it to get above 35, 32 to ship out. I don't like to really ship out any colder than that. I don't want to make fish die for breed. There's much work and energy and time into these things to just let them die for something stupid. So yeah, it's going to be starting to warm up. If you guys are interested in any of these fish, shoot me a message. You can message me on Facebook, Jason Dyer. Or you could 5-Star Betas on Facebook. Another way you can get a hold of me. Or Instagram, 5-Star Betas. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Anything you see you like, let me know. If you don't like anything, let me know. Any tips, suggestions, advice, I'm all ears. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Have a great one. Thank you.